What's going on, YouTube friends? Stopping in here with my 2019 Harley Davidson Softail Slim. I'm at 554 miles, so I figured should let you all know how it's going. Kind of my feedback on where we're at mileage-wise as far as break-in and kind of what the bike's given me feedback-wise, and then a couple of things that I've done to the bike. I also have Anthony's Street Bob behind me as well. It's always nice to have the comparison, plus it's a beautiful motorcycle too. So anyways, so at 200 miles I gave some pretty decent insight as far as its power and handling and things like that. I don't really have much beyond that. What some folks might mistake as the bike becoming more powerful or responsive, really I can equate that to just my comfort with it over the last 350 miles. So I don't really think much has changed performance-wise. I did have a chance to ride South Mountain with some friends a couple weeks ago, and this bike handles phenomenally, confidently, gracefully. It's perfect. Now that I'm over 500, I've taken it on the freeway for a brief couple 3 miles, and you can notice the weight. The wind coming from other vehicles and just wind in general is less affecting on the motorcycle because it's a heavier bike, which I'm grateful for because it really seems to cut a lot more smoothly than the previous bikes I've had. I can say that there is one thing, and actually I realized that I wanted to mention it today when Anthony pulled up and pulled into the garage, that both bikes have a squealing rear brake, and it's not like it's dirty. It's almost like there's a shim missing or something. So when I get the break-in service done at 1,000 miles, I'm going to bring that up to my guy in the service department, Nick, and see what his input is and if we need to address it. And I've actually had that with other bikes. My Triumph did that, it was warranted. My Victory Octane did that, and it was warranted. And so I'm not saying that that's necessarily the issue with this, but I'd like to explore it and find out. When I referred Anthony to Arrowhead Harley Davidson to get his Street Bob, they were very generous with their referral bonus for me, and because I had such good fortune that day, not only did I get some parts for myself, but I got some parts for Anthony as well. And so I'll just come a little bit closer here. I'll show you what I did. From J&P Cycles, I got these smoked out blinker lens covers for the front and rear, and the colored bulbs. There's amber bulbs in the front and red in the rear. Because I got such an awesome referral bonus on my purchase, I went ahead and got some of these for Anthony too, because I thought they looked great, and I thought they'd look even better on his bike than mine because of that red is phenomenal. Let's check out the back. Also, I'm sure you notice on my Slim, the passenger seat and the passenger pegs, I went ahead and did that because my son has ridden with me a couple times on the Triumph and he really liked it, so I wanted to set this up for him. Come to find out that the distance from the seat to the pegs is a little long, and he's having trouble reaching the passenger pegs, so I reached out to Arrowhead Harley to see if there's any lowering options for the rear, and not through Harley, but through, I think he said, Drag Specialties. I maybe could lower it close to half an inch, which for, I think he said, gosh, I want to ballpark it like $500 for that amount. It's not worth it. So there isn't anything really available yet, but two things will happen as time passes. More parts will come out, and my son will get taller. So one or the other will happen first. So, but yeah, other than that, I think the next thing to happen is slip-ons on both of these bikes. Dean Speed Customs make Rampage mufflers. They've sounded great on the Triumph, they sounded great on both Sportsters, and I know they're going to sound great on these bikes, so that's what's next. And you'll get to see what the polished ones look like on this, and you'll get to see what the matte black ones look like on this. His are staggered, mine are stacked, so you'll get a good impression. So that'll be the next thing for each of these. As always, hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe so you guys can keep track of everything that's going on. Thanks, guys.